I'm Carole Tashel, and I can't see. Okay, let's see. This was a story that I wrote in April of 2000, and some things have happened since then that I can share with you after I finish reading. It all started, it's called the Cottontail Chronicles. It all started 10 years ago on a dusty chunk of land near Santa Fe, New Mexico. The usual peaceful pinon juniper woodland theme, with mountain views and enough slope to make it magical. As my realtor and I drove up to the lot, two cottontails zigzagged playfully down the slope. How pastoral, how cute. I bought the land. To brighten my newly built house, I placed flower-filled pots by the front door. The plants vanished in one day, devoured by those darling bunnies. So I constructed the Great Wall, 100 feet long from 4 to 6 feet high. This was before the covenants said you couldn't do something like that. For 9 years, I had this inner sanctum to myself. I had ample time to struggle with all the usual gardening challenges, bugs, beasts, birds, etc., all of which reminded me that mine wasn't the only agenda. But the rabbit problem was different. It began like an episode from The Twilight Zone. Mid-December. I'm startled to see a rabbit parked on the steps. I tear outside, whooping. Rabbit wheels westward under a dense juniper tree. I'm temporarily blinded by the setting sun as I chase him. He disappears. Assuming he squeezed out the loose-fitting gate, which wasn't open, I block it with bricks. Next day, rabbit's back again. I dash out. Again, he darts under the tree, then vanishes. I blink. Am I sane? A search under the tree and at the gate reveals no escape hole. I go inside, scratching my head. This scenario repeats itself almost daily. I scour every inch of the yard in vain. I have a virtual rabbit. January. I open the curtains. A light snow is falling. Rabbit is munching dormant Turkish speedwell. Snow! I can track the pesky critter. He's gone before I get outside, but I'm confident. Me, smart Homo sapiens, have big brain. The prints begin by the 4-foot gate, which he jumped over, tarry at the time, hop through the yard, under the juniper, up onto the 4-foot wall, then, boom, deep prints in snow outside the wall. I run to fetch the tape measure. Tracks as rabbit leapt away span 4 feet. The implications are depressing. I call a pal and share my astonishing news. No consolation there. Wow, she says, that rabbit's developed amazing skills. Listen, I don't care about skills. I don't want him in here. I'm growing food. He'll decimate my garden. I thought this space was inviolable. Nature just doesn't work that way. You may find you'll have to interact with that rabbit. Come on, if the monks had no walls at their monasteries, we'd have lost all the seeds and the herbs too. Besides, you have 2 cats to guard your vegetables. No wonder you're not concerned about rabbits. Santa Fe is the place for reading cosmic significance into everything. The talented rabbit was specially sent to teach me important lessons. Oh? On the outside chance the stuffed rabbit I sleep with is a decoy, I banish it to a corner. I set have-a-heart traps with trails of cabbage leading inside, then apples and arugula, lettuce and carrots, oats and peanut butter. Try the urine of natural predators, friends suggest. That will keep them away. Feeling predacious, and with coyote urine at $15 to $20 per pint, I thought mine would do. Wrong. I extend the height of the gate with chicken wire and stack cinder blocks and last year's tangled vine cuttings on top of the part of the wall that's 4 feet tall. Rabbit still gets in. I buy 100 feet of rabbit fencing to keep him away from the wall, weaving dead aster stalks into the bottom rungs so, so he'll forget he ever jumped over it. Oh gosh. Then I remember he's outsmarted me for 3 months. It's the Rabbit Olympics and I keep raising the bar. Step aerobics are performed on narrowly spaced wires at the bottom of rabbit fencing. When sufficiently trained, the little Olympian climbs up and dives through the 4x4 openings. At the hardware store, I buy chicken wire to reinforce my rabbit fencing. The guy squints at me. "Lady, you sure it's not going under the wall?" My nearest neighbor commiserates. Rabbits sail through her fence to enjoy Indian paintbrush. She painstakingly grows it from seed. She and a friend spend hours adding chicken wire to her field fencing. She phones me. "Carole, Rick left a few minutes ago. I just looked out the window and I think we fenced one in." Early spring. My crocus, tulips, daylily shoots, parsley, and privet twigs provide essential nutrients for seasonal adjustment of the young athlete's metabolism. 6:30 a.m. I open my bedroom curtains. Please, God, let there not be a rabbit in here. There is. A new rabbit, a young'un, munches under the peach tree. I race outside in pajamas and bedroom slippers, determined to throw something at the little rascal. Before I can get near it, it leaps directly on top of a 5-foot portion of the wall, dives down, and runs off. Nightmare. A portly, tame rabbit, 3 feet tall, about 80 pounds, is fearless and unresponsive as I try to shoo it away. April. My garden is beautiful as it awakens. Each time I glance out the window, though, I dread spying one of them. Now they're eating the strawberry clover I wanted for tea. Nesting time. I discover a large hole at the end of a garden bed. He must be a she, preparing for birth. I've read females produce up to 30 young per year and can mate again within hours of giving birth. Lord of mercy! I'll throw in the trowel now. I'll learn to love a rock garden. I surprise my little gymnast in a corner near the gate. She jumps on the gate to go over, but the exit is blocked with chicken wire. Will she climb up the wire? As I approach, she takes a flying leap, ricochets off a nearby wall, lands on the ground behind me, and darts off. What a move, I gasp, as admiration creeps in alongside frustration. Mid-May. I've finally lost my knee-jerk hysterical response when I see them. I know they won. I dedicate the strawberry clover to them. I'll plant more of what they ignore. I take the cinder blocks off the wall and remove the extra fencing and the barriers at the gate. Early June. It's hot. Outside the yard, the young'un spends afternoons relaxing next to the shady side of a large, cool rain barrel, ears lowered, eyes half closed. What a life. How can I be angry at a creature so cute, smart, and endearing? Midsummer. Busy with wild grasses, rabbits stop entering my yard. Early fall. Before the grasses die back, I set bales of fragrant alfalfa and bowls of water behind the house. Evenings, I love watching the cottontail crowd and a couple of their jackrabbit buddies feed happily. Coats shining, eyes gleaming contentedly, they sit motionless as they work their jaws. Early March. It's 8 months since a rabbit has ventured into my yard. The end. I hope.
Hello? Okay, folks, we're going to have...
Can I just ask, so you put out alfalfa?
I put a bale of alfalfa behind my house outside the wall, and they love it, you know, but I don't know if I would do that now, because it, you know, probably draws mice, and everything.
Yeah.
As I said in my little introduction, my next book may be my life among the rodents,
Oh, yeah.
living in El Dorado. But they stayed out of my yard then for another, I don't know, quite a few years, like 6, 7 years, or 8 years. And then I just saw them in there. But as I said, I've lost my knee-jerk response to them, and I don't care if they come in.